entertainment and an unforgettable countdown experience.
I've been thinking a bit more about this shocking tip that we confirmed yesterday, the Victoria Police decision to stop taking cars away from dangerous drivers. Statewide, the impoundment program is operating at a reduced capacity. The official words are resourcing constraints impacting the vehicle impound support unit. I think the words probably should just be staff shortage at the impound lot. And it means for the next 8 or 9 days, only a fraction of the dangerous drivers that are pulled over by police will have their cars taken away from them. And it'll be the same again after January 2. They'll manage to resource the impound lot properly for the road safety policing operation that runs Christmas to New Year's. But from early in the new year, reduced capacity will kick in again. We don't know for how long. And it means groups of rogue drivers will be left on the roads with their cars. Officially, they're the unauthorised driver category. And that, my God, that sounds innocuous enough. That sounds almost minor. No. That is the category of driver that is responsible for 3/4 of the cars that police lock up every year. I went out and had a look with 9 News a couple of years back when there was some record numbers going through the impounds at lots at the time. The vast majority of those cars taken away and impounded were for all the things that police are about to be going easy on. So in 2021, when I went for a look, there were about 11,500 vehicles impounded for that year before. Around half, 5,499 were for driving while disqualified or suspended. Another 20%, another 2,300 were for unlicensed driving. 1 in 10 were for drink driving or for speeding at a high level. So it's serious enough that cars are taken away for all of these offences, but apparently it appears now only when we can afford it. So under this new world of stretched resources, only a third of those caught will have their cars taken away. The other 70% get to keep the keys, keep their wheels. What a joke that must be for police pulling them over. What a ridiculous message to be sending. I mean, what's next? Cutting back breath tests because it's too expensive. We've tried to get police to come on and explain it today. We've sent questions through to the Police Minister and to the Road Safety Minister. Neither of them are available. But this has to be fixed, or the entire stay safe on the road and police will be out there to keep you safe messaging becomes an absolute joke. An absolute joke. If we're not taking the cars away, or we'll only take the cars away when we can afford to, the rest of the time it's off you go, sunshine. Please don't do it again. And there'll be a fine in the mail, but you can keep your wheels. Quite extraordinary. I think it makes a joke of the message and messaging around road safety. I mean, police will this time next week be, we are going to take it all very seriously. Please stay safe on the roads. We'll be out to catch you for all these various things. But if you get behind the wheel again and you're disqualified or you're unlicensed, you'll be able to keep going on your way. You won't lose the car. It must be so frustrating if you are an officer out there pulling cars over at the moment. If you want to ring or send through an email, drive@3aw.com.au, do please feel free. As we approach the 4 o'clock news, I'll quickly squeeze in Brad Batten, Shadow Minister for Police. What do you make of it, Brad?
Oh, this is like the bail system for the Allan Labor government now with cars. You can't turn around and say we're going to pull over people for disqualified driving or driving while suspended. You've only lost your licence because you were either drink driving or driving excessively. So they're already bad drivers, and now we're going to say to them, but you can keep your car. It's just ridiculous.
Have you heard of this? I mean, are there a huge number of resources inside that would need to be inside the impound lot to keep it running?
I wouldn't imagine there's too many resources in there. You put a big fence around it and make sure the cars stay in there and someone to sign in and out. So I wouldn't imagine there's huge resources. But the message is quite clear that the government hasn't given the resources. We hear it every day, Heidi. You've been at those press conferences where they turn around and say, we'll give the police every resource they need. Well, community safety is on our roads as well. It's not just in the crime. And we know that the numbers have gone up again in deaths on our roads. And we need to make sure that we keep them down as low as possible because every life matters.
Is the second line of the statement yesterday? The reason this is happening, operating at a reduced capacity, this is a result of resourcing constraints.
Well, that comes down to
resourcing constraints. What can that be? That has to be people or money, right?
It's got to be people or money, and it's probably a mix of both. The government have cut $50 million from the Victoria Police budget. That's in their own figures. We can't deny it. And the second thing is there's 2,000 vacancies across our police rosters. So whether that's impacting it and maybe they're needing to get more people out back onto the street because they can't fill the 2,000 vacancies. But the government needs to be able to answer this. But at the end of the day, the traffic coppers out there, who I've known many of them in my lifetime, they literally go to work. They cop the probably most abuse of all police officers, but they're there to keep our roads safe. At the end of the day, some of the fines they give is the fine that saves someone's life. Taking a car off someone may have saved a family. We'll never know what the prevention is when they do it.
There's a 10-line statement, and that's the only thing they've said publicly about it. No explanation for it. It talks about how there'll be other enforcement measures like penalty enforcement notices and referrals to court, but you're still keeping your vehicle. That seems completely counterintuitive.
Oh, it's said this is the bail system where they turn around and say we're going to be tough on you and bring you to the court system, but then we're going to give you bail every time you reoffend. This is now with cars. Look, we're going to make sure we pull you over, but we're going to let you keep your car. Whereas the idea this was brought in was because the evidence was there. Too many people who were disqualified or suspended continued to drive because they had access to their vehicle. So take the vehicle off them. I
only have 15 seconds left, Brad. I have to ask you, it was called a crisis tattoo in the Parliament today. Any regrets? Your tattoos?
No, never. I've never.
Any regrets showing them?
No, love them. I'm happy to show them. Happy to put them out there again.
All right, thank you.
No, see you, mate.
Brad Patten there, Shadow Minister for Police and Corrections, and the owner of a couple of tattoos that were called crisis tattoos in the Parliament today. Your reaction to that? Not the tattoo, the other business, the impound lot shortages. 133 693.
3AW Traffic. For blooming great flowers and beautifully presented gifts with same-day delivery, it has to be mrroses.com.au.
Hello, Dan Belling, Transport Victoria. In Somerton, the Hume Highway closed both ways north of the Cooper